What's the point of having a nice pickup truck like this with a bed if it doesn't have a cover, where everything is exposed? Anything you put there, your tools, your stuff, can get wet, rained, or snowed on, or even stolen, since now Eugenio's friends are watching, and it will attract curious looks. Well, that's what bed covers are made for, and there are manual ones, but there are also automatic ones. People think, but 3D Car Power 360, that costs a lot of money. Well, today I want to tell you about an automatic cover from the brand Wolfbox, retractable, that you can control both with the app and directly here on the bed, which really is amazing. Welcome. And just like magic, we already have the Wolfbox automatic retractable cover installed. Why do I say like magic? Because what happens during installation? Well, I am going to show you the installation, so don't worry. Later in this video, I'll show you step by step how to install it so you have that reference. But let's talk about its main features because I've really liked this Wolfbox cover. I'll explain that it has 4 opening modes. What's the first one? The first one is obviously this remote we have here. You'll see the remote. The arrow this way opens, the arrow that way closes, and you have a button for the light and a button for pause. Alright, let's open it here. As soon as you open it, the automatic cover starts to open. There you can see how smooth it is. It really doesn't make any noise. It moves along the rails. I think it's a quality accessory, right? It operates very subtly, very smoothly. And look at this. As soon as it's open, your truck bed is flooded with light because it has nice LED lights that will illuminate it. This in the dark, obviously. I'll show you some footage so you can see how useful it is. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different LED light modules that will give you, let's say, that extra visibility and lighting that's so important, especially when you go camping somewhere dark, where it'll really come in handy. The second way, and this isn't in any specific order, that you can open or close the cover, this automatic Wolfbox cover, is with this key fob, this key that you use to open and close. Let's press it here. It responds quickly. This key fob, which is pretty nice, will also let you open it, and you can also operate the light. You can unlock the truck bed cover with it, and you can also operate the light. And the third way to open and close, to operate your Wolfbox cover, is through the app. Yes, you can also open and close it with an app. The technology is incredible. You can open and close the automatic retractable cover remotely. And the fourth way, because yes, it has 4 ways to open and close and to operate your automatic cover, is in this place. It's an automatic emergency opening. The manual emergency opening is located here, using this button, and it says it right there, emergency release, so that if someone gets trapped inside the truck bed while it's closed, you just have to press this button. It's one of the 4 ways you can open your Wolfbox automatic cover. I definitely like it a lot, not just because of what I mentioned about the noise. It's actually very quiet. It slides very smoothly. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel rough or crude. I really like that, and also, look at how it looks. I mean, I show you images of the truck without the cover, and look what happens the moment you put this automatic cover on. And it's like your pickup truck increases in value. It changes the look of your pickup and gives it a more refined appearance. Honestly, I think that when you go to sell it, it's going to increase its value. And these pipes you see here, these plastic pipes that have already been installed here, obviously, are part of the drainage system. Because what happens when it rains, and this is one of the things you'll want to protect. The things you have here, your tools, accessories, whatever it is, you'll want to protect them. Well, this will be sealed because it has a seal. They're made of automotive-grade EPDM. But in addition to that, it has IP56 protections. I mean, it can rain here, it can snow here, and the inside of the truck bed will be sealed. It will be protected. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Another important feature, which you'll mostly appreciate in the dark, that you get with the Wolfbox automatic cover, is the ambient lighting. You have RGB lights, red, green, and blue. There are about 10 different light combinations. That will come in handy for livening up a party, what they call here a tailgate party, the kind of party they often have in the United States. Well, that's to give it a special look. And also, I think I already mentioned it to you, when you open the cover, it's going to light up with these LED lights. Now then, how much weight can the cover hold on top? In case, I don't know, you want to put something on top, some accessory, and not have it taking up space in the truck bed. Well, let's check. I weigh about 150 pounds. Do the conversion for me in kilograms. I'm already so used to the terminology used here in the United States, but it can hold up to 800 pounds. So, that's a lot of weight. With 800 pounds, you really have a very, very strong cover. And that's another advantage it has. Another interesting feature is that while you're opening or closing it, you can pause it, and it will stay right where you paused it. You can open or close it again. Look, you can pause it, just like if you were playing a song on your playlist. You can hit pause so it doesn't keep playing. And with this, you hit pause so it doesn't keep opening or closing. As for durability and daily use, well, it has a spiral design in the retractable compartment, and that helps reduce wear over time. Also, the cover, as you can see, retracts smoothly and in alignment. And it has a self-cleaning brush system that removes dust and leaves. Those are obviously very convenient features for this cover. And now I'm going to show you the installation of this automatic retractable cover by Wolfbox. You'll see that it's easier than it looks. However, you have to do it carefully, following a few steps that I'm going to show you next. But I'm going to show you the contents of the box. It's quite heavy, so I recommend that you get some help for this. First, you have the instructions. The step-by-step instructions are already here. However, in this video, I'm going to show you how to install this Wolfbox brand automatic retractable cover. We're going to start taking out each of the pieces, and maybe we'll speed up the video a bit just to show them here. Thank you. Here you have all your electrical wiring, gloves, well, all the components. For this part, I do recommend you get some help because the piece is quite heavy. Well, here you already have all your components, the electrical part, the cover, and the side rails, and all the components that we are going to start installing on this 2016 Ford F-150 pickup truck. I recommend getting help with the installation, not only because of its weight, but also for assembly. Also, since there are several electrical connections, I wanted to be sure, so I brought Gabriel to help me today. And I'm going to tell you and show you how to install this Wolfbox automatic cover. The first thing we have to do is remove the tie-downs, all four of them that this Ford F-150 has. We've already removed two. Let's keep going, and this is the start of the installation. Then we're going to clean the top part of the bed with a little alcohol. This is to start attaching the adhesive strips that go on this part. You also have to remove the plugs from the bottom of the bed. There's one, and here's the other one. These small plugs. According to the instructions, we take the plugs we removed from those corners to make a hole in them so we can run the drain tubes through. And for that, obviously, we're going to use this tool to make the holes. Take care of it. And after you've made the holes, you simply pass the drain tubes through there. Now, something very important is that, of course, here in the installation, we already had this, the coupling itself for the gun, but it comes included in your box. It's already included, so you don't have to worry if you have this, because it's already included inside the box. And now, we're going to proceed to apply the sealant. Just remove the plastic, it will stay with the adhesive, and that sealant is going to be placed on this part of the bed, all along the top of the bed, and it runs the full length of the bed. The way you can tell this one goes on the back of the bed is that it's a bit thicker than the others that will be installed in this part. And then, on the ends, you put a bit of silicone to ensure the seal. Then we take the other strip and we're going to place it on top of this one. Done. And once you reach the end, you simply cut off the excess with a blade. According to the instructions, it says that you should have at least 3 inches of this piece extending outward. Then you proceed to place the other sealing strip over the extension of the truck bed. And obviously you do the same thing on the opposite side, right? On the sides of the truck bed. You also place the other sealing tape, the other sealing strip in the same way. And to continue with the installation, simply to make the work easier, we're going to temporarily place this up here to start assembling, to put together the cover mechanism. Something important and recommended, as always, is to take out the parts and the tools they give you so you can easily pick what you need as you go. And now here, we're going to start assembling part of the cover mechanism, the electrical part. Here, we're going to install the motor. Making sure it fits well into the cover. Once it fits, you proceed to insert each of the screws to secure the motor. This is the motor for your cover. Now, it's important to check and confirm with the instructions every step of the assembly we do when putting together the cover, obviously. Now, this won't be left exposed. This has a cap, a cover, but you need to remove these screws to be able to install it. And afterwards, of course, once you've removed the screw, you put the cover on and then screw it back in so it stays in place. Then, there's another piece that gets screwed in there so you can open it manually. For the next step, we place it here on the floor again so we can continue with the installation. Here you position the other components, the truck bed side rails, so you can install them. Now you position the first side rail, the left one, place it there, and then screw it in to secure it. And there you make sure it fits perfectly. And now we have part of the assembly done in this section. Then you put in the 3 screws to secure it. Here in this part, you should use the 20mm screws because if you use shorter ones, obviously you'll have trouble securing it. Then you come to the opposite side and do the same thing. Secure the side strip, the side piece, and put in the 3 screws. After you've installed the side rails, we'll proceed with the cable installation. That's the cable that produces the electricity that will power your automatic cover. As you can see, it goes through that hole, drops down to the floor, and from there we'll move it to connect it to the truck's battery. There you can see how it comes out. The extension of the cable that was installed up here, you pull it out from below, and that, as I told you, will later go to the battery connection. Now here at the connection to the positive terminal of the battery, you have to remove this fuse. And after you remove it, we're going to make the connection directly to the positive terminal of the battery. And that cable goes underneath. You're going to tie it along this entire length and then take it to the battery. Here you can see the cable. We're going to connect it to the negative terminal of the battery to complete the installation. Then we're going to connect the cable directly to the one that goes to the positive terminal. And this fuse is connected afterwards. Then we come here to install this electrical wiring harness. Each one goes with a specific color: yellow with yellow, blue with blue, red with red, and green with green. And this one obviously connects to this cover module. And white with white. Now we move on to connecting the larger cable to the computer module. And it's also very simple because each connector has its matching plug. And this leftover one here connects to the harness that's already inside the battery. And to make sure the connection is proper and neat, they provide these ties so we can arrange the cables well, and then we'll proceed to place the cover on top of the truck bed. All right, and we're almost ready to put the cover on top. You just grab these brackets, these mounting supports. Each one will have a mark that says, for example, this one says PF, which would be passenger front. This one goes over there. This one says driver front, the driver, in the front. And the other two, which you have here, also have it. It says R for rear, for the back part. Here you have this other one. Keep these ready for after we put the cover on. This is what's going to hold to secure the cover. Now we proceed to put it on. It says that 3 people are needed, but 2 can do it with some difficulty. It's a little heavy. And once you have the Wolfbox cover on top of the truck bed, we're going to proceed to connect the white cable, the cable that comes from the battery, so you can have power going directly to your automatic cover. Then you're going to place these small square pieces, like square nuts, and slide them into the bottom part of the rail. That's basically what's going to hold the bracket, and then you proceed to secure each of the brackets. On top of the bracket, notice that the original tie-down that came from the factory with the truck is placed. It has the exact spots to secure it so you don't lose that functionality. In the box, you'll find the key fob, 2 pieces, meaning there are 2 remote controls. Not just one, but they give you 2 just in case, because once it's fully installed, you'll be able to operate it with the remote control. The brackets on the left side are already installed. And obviously, on this side, you have to do the same, right? Where the spots for the brackets both in the back and in the front. Then here you have your clamps and the other fittings and gaskets for the drainage pipes. Those pieces for the drain, the clamp, and the pair of fittings I showed you, you connect them here. And almost at the end of the installation, you put this piece that came separately to cover the part. From the top itself, from the Wolfbox automatic cover. And it comes with its set of screws and its little Allen key. It's included. They include absolutely everything for you. All the tools, screws, and fittings you need. As it should be. Obviously, they're included. So you don't have to worry about any of the items you need for the installation. You put in the screw with the washer and then proceed to screw it in. This is how they look once the screws are in place, and they even come with little caps. They're black, so it looks better aesthetically. Then, you're going to install these tubes, which are the ones that facilitate drainage, or whose function is drainage. Water won't go directly into the truck bed. This has a drainage system so that if water gets in through any gap, it doesn't reach the truck bed, and you have to connect them at the back on each side. And one of the last steps is to put on that cover so the motor itself isn't left exposed. Obviously, you do that at the end of the installation. And then the fuse that you still needed to connect, we're going to connect it to obviously give it power, right? The electricity, so the automatic cover can operate. Now you have an additional piece, and this is really just to check that the rails, let's say the extension is correct. So it's basically for that. But we remove this, and you don't need to have it there anymore. And once the installation is complete, you have to do the calibration. Just like you do with the key fob, the key itself, you have 2 of them. And you're going to press the open button, press it once, and then hold down the light button for 3 seconds. And that's how the calibration process begins. It should close the cover. Let's check it. Once that calibration process is finished, you're ready to use your Wolfbox automatic cover. And what about the cover's performance in extreme temperatures, cold temperatures, or extremely hot temperatures? Well, it operates within a range from -30 degrees Celsius, which is very cold, up to 85 degrees Celsius, which is extremely hot. So you won't have any problems with the temperature. The temperature range is quite generous for your cover to work properly. Now I want to test what they call the object detection system. I'm going to close it with the remote control, and it's supposed to stop when it touches me, since I'll act as the object. It stops immediately, meaning it doesn't push the obstacle. That's a detection system that, when it senses something, it stops the operation and doesn't push the object. And look how nice it is in a shot like this, as night falls, the ambient lights, 10 color combinations. There you can see the green, the yellow, the blue. Well, it's really nice too to liven up the party. The tailgate party at night is going to look really nice with the ambient lights that come with the cover, the retractable cover from the Wolfbox brand. Alright, let me know in the comments what you think about this accessory. If you have a pickup truck, this one is a Ford F-150. But if you do, you can check the link in the description to see if your pickup truck is compatible with one of these covers from the Wolfbox brand. Alright, if you're interested. Many might say, Freedy Car Power 360, this costs too much. Well, obviously it's an accessory that, if you buy it directly from the manufacturer, they might raise the price a lot more. Here, take a look at the description of this video, because there's information about the discount they have right now. You have a code that will appear here on the screen so you can use it and get a special discount. This cover is costing, at the time of recording this video, $1,999. Let's say $2,000. At that price, you're getting. Not only is it an accessory that will be very useful for protecting your belongings, your tools, keeping them safe from rain, snow, dirt, and theft, because it will be secured, but you're also getting an accessory that will really suit your pickup truck. Take a look at the description. Here's the information about the Wolfbox automatic cover. If you're interested in buying it, I've already shown you how to install it and all the wonderful features it has. For now, that's all. Share your thoughts on the accessory in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Big hug.